I always wonder that. I'm not the only one that wonders that when you hit the button, you go, "Is anybody actually going to show up today?" Same thing when I release a video. I'm like, "Does anybody really give a crap about this?"
No.
Nah.
And those who do are weird, so like us. Oh, everybody's finishing watching Victoria.
What got them started on talking about diabetes?
Oh, they're always talking about diabetes because she's always having to check her sugar in the morning and
Uh,
uh, talking about the pumps. And it was kind of surprising. 7 out of the 26 that were in the show at the time were diabetic.
so my grandfather was diabetic on one side, and I didn't like all that checking and stuff. And so whenever I went to the doctor and they said you're pre-diabetic, I'm like, the hell I am. I'm out. And so that really I cut back on. That's what really took me on keto a couple of years ago, and I kept it in the. I knocked it into the fives, and I got back up to like 5'9", and I had that warning from doc. She said, you're pushing pre-diabetes again. I'm like, next time I see you, it'll be different. And I when I went back I don't know, 6 weeks ago, she looked at the number. She's like, 5'4". What the hell? I'm like, yeah. Look how many pounds I've lost. And she goes, yeah. What are you? I'm like, I've been on keto. She's like, that'll do it.
That's good. Dad went diabetic late in life, like he was around 80 when he developed it, but just because he had so many other problems, he got pretty sedentary.
Right. If you read a lot of the studies, you can take the right medicines and you can take the right supplements and everything, but if you spend a lot of time sedentary, that's we're made to move around, and so not moving around is not a good thing.
So, how far, Sadie? Lag? If you live long enough, we all get it. No, Mom never had it. She was almost 92 when she passed.
Like I thought diabetes had taken you out,
10 hours of Xbox a day is a bad thing.
and I didn't really want to know where your soul ended up. So I'm glad you're still here, so you have a chance to repent with us.
Hmm. Can I get a amen? Lordy Jesus. God bless us, everyone. They're going to need more than sugar to get you. Take you out with a pair of granny panties.
That could happen.
Speaking
I could be trying to put one over my head and like choke myself out or something.
speaking of granny panties,
Yeah.
hi Tom,
Good morning. I just
Damn.
not been moving very fast this morning.
Mr. Granny Panties.
Yeah.
When was the last time you could call yourself moving fast?
Yesterday.
he had
Was-
to, he had to
Did that
think.
did that year have a two in front of it?
No, yesterday I was moving pretty fast yesterday. I
Can we
had
get
to
some?
I had to run a bunch of errands and pick up Roberta's lunch, and I just had to hustle.
Can we get some confirmation on that? Will Roberta confirm that you were actually moving fast?
Did I get your lunch fast yesterday, honey?
You did.
She said I did.
Ooh,
You know
a
why she
agreeable
answered
wife.
that? Because she wants you to go get it again today. That's why she wasn't going to upset you where you wouldn't go get it today.
Well,
I know
she
how
does
these
have a
things play.
brand new car.
Brand new.
Well, it's 2 years old, but it's got less than 10,000 miles on it, so that's damn brand new.
That used to be the way to buy cars, but in today's prices, used cars are just stupid.
Yep.
They keep saying we're at the precipice of all this stuff going down, but it hadn't done it yet. I mean, the prices have fallen some from the crazies, but
Robin, Diane, John, how's everybody?
Yeah, they keep saying that the car prices are going down, but damn if I've seen them any place around here.
I mean, go look at the price of a new truck. You want to see what's wrong with the world today? Go look at the price of a new truck and what they've done in the last 2 years. This wasn't an accident, folks. All this stuff is planned. This ain't no accident.
Sadie ain't worried about it. Sadie won $500 playing poker last night. Sheesh. I won $2.
I know what I'm about to have to tell all y'all. Y'all, the apocalypse is probably coming around the corner. I've decided not to participate in the 127 this year.
What's the 127?
The longest yard sale from.
Oh,
I've decided that because I have to turn sideways, I walk around the building and I can barely get in and out of the 2 storage buildings. I have too much shit. I'm not doing yard sales on Fridays anymore for about 6 weeks until I can move.
Is it all listed?
No, that's the problem.
Because if you had it all listed, it would be in boxes.
Yesterday, he was lining out Jacob with a bunch of remotes to list or something.
Yeah, and he listed some those little are these out here? The dog coats that Joni had to have the dog coats. So and here's the kicker. I got quotes for somebody to come. So Monday or Tuesday, I'm gonna have somebody come haul off the blue van. Are y'all sad? It's been sitting in the driveway in limp mode in the transmission since 2000.
Let's say a blessing over the blue van.
Are you having it repaired or are you selling it?
$400 they're coming to get it. It ran when it parked, but the transmission was in limp mode, but the mice got the wiring harness, so it'd have to have a wiring harness, so it's not worth. That van doesn't have a lot of value. It's an old Chrysler. Even though it says Volkswagen on it, Dodge made it for them. So I just got to get the stuff out of it. There's a few things in it.
Is it like
so
a
you're going to
caravan?
buy another van?
It's called a Dodge. It's called a Volkswagen Rutan. It has different lights and different seats. The biggest difference is between it and the caravan is those stowaway seats were a Dodge whatever it is, trademark or
right.
And so they didn't let them use that. So it's got permanent. The seats don't fold into the floor, and it's got different head and tail lights and a different radio. I think that's about it.
So,
Mr. Larry, I'm with Jason Aldean. They can all kiss my ass. But you notice that's 100% true. They don't try that shit in a small town. How many riots and stuff did you see in what's a small town in Fayetteville, Tennessee? Not a damn one. Pick any small town around you. And what's some of the ones around Tom? Map.
What are you looking for?
Yes.
Small town around me?
So Tony Bennett died.
Really?
No shit.
He was 96. So
in Cowpen, South Carolina, did you hear any riots in there?
No.
Mayo, South Carolina, any riots? Bowling Springs, North Carolina, anybody?
where there were some riots. I don't listen to the news. It's too depressing.
No, they took a couple years ago when they tore up Minneapolis and all those other ones.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember him hitting Calpin, South Carolina. Tony Bennett.
Here's a link to the show. Yeah, he was a contemporary of like lots of people, like Frank Sinatra and
yeah.
Gosh, all the old singers like that.
What year was he? Was 96? What the heck year was he born in? He was born in. He only got married the first time in 1952. Jeez, he was born in 26. Hey, 96 is a good run. I'll take 96.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got Cyber in the house. We got Mike. Hi, Mike. Got Robin.
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Carlisle.
So that's how you got to look at it, Mike. Is he said that in a song in a nice way? Don't try this in a small town. He just said, "Don't fuck around and find out." In the South, is what he said. Basically, in the Midwest, don't fuck around and find out in a small town.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an imposter. David is not here.
What? He's not here. Dave's not here, man.
I'm trying to edit this video so y'all have some entertainment.
What is it? You wearing a G-string today?
No bras or harmed in the making of this video. Hey, I sold that bra too, by the way. I didn't charge extra for me wearing it either.
Well, that's good.
Probably should have. Man, you know how much famous DNA is on this bra?
That's kind of nasty sounding. Let's just don't do that.
Not that kind of DNA. Just skin cells. The video is about we talked about it yesterday. Bed Bath and Beyond buying boxes.
That's why you can't move around. You brought home a truckload or two of boxes.
Man, they're in the storage building.
Oh.
They're not even here. They were here yesterday. I threw them in a trailer and took them over to the storage building.
Did you go by any other storage? I mean, did you go out to any other
No
Bath Beyonds looking for stuff yesterday?
So our other one, we had two. One of them closed last year. So in the front, there's other areas of the country. Like if you live in the Northeast, there's a Bed Bath and Beyond about every 30 miles. There are a lot more of them up there. But down here, I mean, Huntsville, Alabama, 500,000 people in this area had two. I think Nashville has like 3, maybe 4. All right, do I need to do anything else to this video? Hey, this video's got a sponsor on it. I'm sure I'm gonna catch a lot of fun with this video.
Why is that?
It's a sponsored video.
Who's sponsoring it?
I mean, I can give you a preview. You want to see the preview? Nobody. Subscribe, like. I appreciate it. Support the sponsor. Nobody.
You just,
Yeah.
word from today's sponsor. Nobody subscribe, like, I appreciate it. Support the sponsor. Nobody.
I saw a guy who did that on a video. I'm like, I'm stealing that, damn it.
Who sponsored the video? Nobody.
He puts a big graphic up there about subscribe, but I hadn't made that yet, but I'm going to. That's pretty funny.
Ugh.
Lag, you lived in the middle of the riots. That's all I had a couple more tankers and you won't be able to move around Philadelphia, so then there won't be no riots because you can't go down the street.
What's going on? Why the tankers?
Philadelphia lost part of I-95. They're having a route around I-95.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's been going on several weeks now.
Yeah, that's going to be messed up for a while.
So I went to a estate sale yesterday. Bought a jack-o'-lantern. Made in the USA. When's the last time jack-o'-lanterns are made in the USA?
Is that ceramic?
Yeah, it's heavy as hell. Let's see how much this weighs. It's time to get your Halloween stuff listed, folks. 7.5 pounds.
Did they have a tornado whack I-90? Tornado hit Rocky Mountain, didn't it? There's a spur off of 95 that goes into Rocky Mountain, but I don't know if it actually hit 95 itself. If we only had somebody on the panel from North Carolina who could tell us about it.
I don't listen to the damn news. It's too depressing. I listen to you. That's enough.
I talked to my mother, and she's like, "You see," because she lived in Rocky Mountain for about 6 years. She's like, "Do you see Rocky Mountain got whopped?" I'm like, "No."
Let's see. Oh, it did shut it down for a few minutes. Let's see. Tornado damage. Nash County.
I don't care if they're ugly.
You look at the pictures of when you type in Rocky Mountain, you see all these nice pictures. Knowing it's a shithole.
The Pfizer plant suffered damage in Rocky Mountain. God almighty.
That's the Lord telling you that,
This site is responsible for supplying more than a quarter of the sterile injectable medicines used in U.S. hospitals. And supply chain experts feared the damage could
it ain't gonna supply nothing now. Damn.
Already historic low levels of drug shortages, with more than 300 medicines in short supply as the end of June. Products made at the plant include anesthesia, pain blockers known as analgesics. Yeah, analgesics, anti-infectives, neuromuscular blockers, and others.
Man, where did you get your education?
I don't know. I saw one somewhere.
Yeah, if you really press the post office around here, they can track a package with GPS, see where it was delivered. We've had that for several years because I had one done like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, Cyber, that works for all of them. So UPS, any of them that final scan, it records that location at a GPS where they scan deliver. I had a package I was looking for. It was it was a cell phone replacement from an insurance, and they're like, it was delivered. And whenever they checked the post office, the delivery scan was in the post office. And he looked around and he goes, "Well, damn, he scanned it here and left it here. It was still in my little bitty post office." So it'll tell you the last the GPS coordinates of the scan. FedEx, UPS, they all do it.
Yeah, Lutherans had half off shoes, $4, and these are $70 Nikes. Winning.
Damn, they're ugly.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like
It looks like
the
you stepped in
dust
cement.
mops. It looks like dust mops are glued to the
Oh
bottom.
yeah,
I
you
know.
stepped in cement or
Let's see. DC.
I listed these yesterday or the day before. Somebody needs a real nice pair of boots. There you go.
Didn't see him. Sorry. Dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see.
Call from Monroe NC. Call from Monroe NC.
Hello.
Joe's Mortuary. You stab him, we slap him.
You know what? I've got the other one over here.
Okay, that's the good one. I'm just
Do y'all get phone calls
No.
like it shows up on your caller ID as, let's just say, Spectrum, and then when you pick it up, it's AT&T trying to sell you some service, or I mean, we just get all that fake crap all the time. I should be able to hit a button and back charge these people. Whatever number it is, they should get back charged 50 cents.
See, that's the beauty of an iPhone. Is I'm gonna show you the beauty of an iPhone right here. Let's go to settings. Let's go to phone. All right, damn it, where's phone? There's a setting right there that says silence unknown callers. So if you're not worthy enough to make the address book, I don't ever hear the phone call. Leave a message. I might call you back. So if you're not in, I mean, so you miss a doctor's call every now and then, but I've got my doctor's numbers in the phone, so they show up for the most part. But so you never have to worry about it being a fake number, fake name, fake whoever, because if they're not in there, ha.
Felix says, you guys don't have laws against telemarketers?
Oh yeah,
We have-
yeah, we do. And if you put your name on the don't call list, there's people that sue them for a living. But most people won't go through the trouble.
The thing about it is, there's just so many fake, the numbers. The numbers are actually legit. If you call the number back, you'll get Spectrum, but it's not Spectrum calling you, or, the hospital authority. It's not them.
Yes, Carol, that's why I don't answer your calls.
But Scott, Roberta was listening to this thing this morning about iPhones, and something about they're getting rid of the current means of photo sharing, like amongst your devices, and that everybody's going to have to go to the iCloud.
Yeah, but if you've got a phone that's been made within the last 4 or 5 years, that other thing has not been there. They've switched everything automatically. So,
well, the thing about it is, though, the Apple is going to scan all the photos that's on their.
I don't understand.
you never understand.
On their website, or in their holding facility, their servers. They're going to scan all the photographs.
So an AI looking for child porn. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't think Google,
they're looking for child porn.
you don't think Google already does that shit. If you don't, you think they're not doing that now?
I just thought,
Okay, good luck.
yes, that's a good thing, and it should be able to. It should be able to find missing persons. Then
The problem with it is it starts out as a good thing, but then they morph it into, law enforcement, everybody getting it, and it being quickly used against you.
yeah.
I mean, do you think they really want it? I sent my mother that picture last night. I'm watching the auction sitting in a chair. I'm like, I can't even sit in a desk chair because these two nuts. How many pictures do they want to see of
See, what gets me is that they got to have search warrants for everything. That is a harsh looking.
they'll like that one. Yeah, how many pictures of shoes you think they want to see? Let's see what else have we got here. Oh, this is a good one here. Are y'all sure y'all ready for this? This
Wait
was
a
me at
minute.
this was me at a yard sale.
Dang, you look like the police should be watching you. Lock up your children.
They're gonna come looking.
Dreads.
They're gonna come looking for my weed. And then of course I get pictures from Joni after she says, "Have you seen my dog?" And then a few minutes later I get a text.
Speaking of a weed, the
and another text of where Franklin is.
the Cherokee are going to legalize recreational marijuana on the reservation. So I guess you're becoming a Cherokee a lot.
How many pictures of Franklin you want to see?
Y'all are obsessed. So what else did you buy, Todd?
And this is Joni giving me this shirt.
Dog dad.
Roxy, what did you do? Lay down.
And then I get another text from Joni talking about all I have is wiener nuts in my face.
Oh, God.
And then you got the video of those two idiots barking at the dogs next door. Franklin's about to pee while Phoebe just barks like crazy.
Is that your fence or their fence?
It's just between the houses. All these
y'all's
houses,
fence.
they were all built together. I think it was actually this house. I think might have been first. And then they want to see Phoebe and Franklin fighting over the same toy. And the toy is only the skin of the toy. The toy's not left. There ain't nothing left of it. So good luck. Or you want to see him wrestling?
Oh, that's the reason. That's the reason Felix can't get U.S. citizenship. He's had an infraction with the law, apparently.
Oh, has he? Uh-oh. My movie has been shared successfully. I can upload my next video. This is going to be awesome.
So, Todd, what else did you get?
He can't show you because I'm on the screen like this.
Okay.
Da, da, da.
It looks like he got some wheels for a skateboard.
Yeah, I showed the skateboard a couple of shows ago.
I was
What
just
is
looking
that?
at your thumb. I was just looking at your thumbnail.
What
I
is
got
that?
I got the trucks off of them. The trucks are worth like $50 with the wheels. But that was last week. Yesterday I got Nocona boots for $8. Yes, sir.
So
Couple
is it pretty
cowboy hats.
stereotypical? Do you see boots everywhere in Texas?
Yeah, most of the time they want an arm and a leg for them at like a garage sale or estate sale, but these were just $8, so I'm like, yes, sir, thank you.
What did those cost?
Oh, God knew. These are probably $200 boots. They're lizard. So keep them, but they're 9.5, so it's like 2 sizes too small for me.
Damn, you got big feet.
11.5, baby.
Just cut your toes off; they'll fit.
Yeah.
So they're in good shape.
They're pretty good shape. Yep.
Do everybody wear? I'm using the term everybody, but that's a loose, count there. Do a lot of people wear cowboy boots in Texas, or is that just TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Both
Yeah,
of them.
a lot of people wear cowboy boots in Texas. What are you talking about?
Because you see any movies that are set in Texas, and it's like the executives, they get out of their Rolls Royce and they got cowboy boots on.
Yeah. Rocky boots, $4. Yep. Got to clean them up a little bit, but it's probably 40, $50. Stick them in the sink with some Dawn.
So should I have to put in there that it says yes, it includes a paid promotion, or no, it doesn't include a paid promotion? So what do you think? I have a word from the sponsor.
Hell if I know.
Of course, I am the sponsor.
It's kind of hard to live in Texas without a pair of cowboy boots. So yeah, I get shoes and boots and hats and jack-o'-lantern. Good stuff. The reseller life.
34 minutes in this video will be posted.
Which video?
The one I just edited while we were sitting here. I've been working on this morning, but I had to insert the message from our sponsor into it.
Hi, Tamara. Yeah, you need cowboy boots to keep the rattlers off. Yep. I should see a lot more rattlers up in the Texas Panhandle when we live there than I do around here. Beard's a multitasker. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't need boots. That's what I make Merrill's for. You get to a point where you don't care. You just want comfort. I used to think I had to wear certain shoes because the rest of the shoes made my feet hurt, but then I realized I was just fat. And my feet hurt because I was fat. When you're down 37 pounds, your feet don't hurt nearly as bad.
So,
matter of fact, the shoes I got on, I had put to the side because I'm like, those damn shoes suck. They hurt my feet. They don't hurt my feet. My feet hurt my feet.
Do what?
yesterday evening, Noel was talking about
Too big to fit there.
Expired toothpaste and showing how much it was worth, and I was like,
What kind was it?
oh, all kinds. She put up AIM
Yeah, I sold some Sensodyne
and
fresh mint.
Stripe.
The Sensodyne fresh mint I got for a 3-pack. I got $63 the other day.
Sheesh. But that made me think, do you remember when toothpaste, the squeeze tubes, they were made out of lead? You could take those tubes and melt them down and make fishing weights out of them.
I see a lot of stuff she sells, and folks, you need to be very, very leery of your account. You're selling expired, like the Tic Tac gum she sells that's expired. They will take you down and warn your account. I know from experience. Not that item, but they have gotten. So the problem with anything you ingest is with an expiration date, um, is that's governed by the imperial federal government, the FDA, and that's a no-no. Same thing, especially medicines. If you sell any kind of these Advil are still good, I can sell them a year over. That becomes against the law for over-the-counter medicines to be sold past expiration. So just be sure there's good money in that kind of stuff, but under, understand what you're doing. Understand it. Like I was looking at the auction stuff last night, and there was speaking of lead, there was a basics or basic ideas, the chocolate, their version of the cocoa motion, the hot cocoa. It's got a little spout on it. The little thing that spins and the bottom of the blade holder was made in China. It's been recalled because it's got lead in it, and so you're not allowed to sell that at all. Recalled items are not allowed to be sold at all. And I was kind of torn. I'm like, do I tell the auction company that that's a recalled product with lead that is not allowed to be sold at all, or do I just let it go? I ended up just not saying nothing, but I'm gonna ask the guy Monday. If I know something is illegal to sell and could get you in trouble, would you like me to tell you? Because the government is not going to say you accidentally sold it. That they're not going to accept that as an excuse. Larry, that's probably a good thing. That's a benefit. If your Advil has expired, you get to see different colors when you take it later on. You get to meet people that you've never seen before, and nobody else has either. My brother sent me a text the other day talking about that he's given up shrooms for a month. I'm like, for what? He said, because I've been high for the last 16 hours. I'm like, oh Lord. I'm like, did you meet some interesting people? He goes, oh yeah, I talked to a lot of people that I don't think anybody else talked to.
What else did you buy, Todd?
That's about it. Got to get it
That's
all
it.
listed now. Several more pairs of shoes.
You couldn't beat the biddies down for nothing else?
No, not
A
much
pair of
else.
shoes? When you left, they laughed at you.
he didn't find the good stuff.
They probably made a little old lady circle and did a little boogie dance. We got him. We got him.
Yeah.
It could have been like the Rockettes, a line of them, and they all fell over. They tried to lift their leg and they all fell over.
Conversations are epic. Yeah,
Damn right.
We got good stuff on our morning chats, boys, girls.
People don't realize the pressure of what to talk about every single day.
Well, I'm not being my usual creative self here because I was looking for something or looking at something. Good morning, Craig.
It's okay, because
You seem a little
usually you
angry
take us
this
down
morning.
a
What's the
rabbit
matter
hole.
with you this morning? You seem angry.
Me? I just
Yeah.
don't feel good today. I didn't sleep good. My knees were bothering me all night long.
I can show you. I'm gonna ship this today. I found these at Walmart. You want to see one?
Yeah, I guess.
They're on. Make a noise. Oh, squeeze it. They were 30 something, marked down to 7.
Cool. Did you get 75 for it?
They're going in today. They're still selling for like 32, 33.
Right.
So here's one that nobody picks up at yard sales. I don't know why. So Harlan beats me to him every now and then because I taught him this lesson. This stuff. So I paid $1 at a yard sale for this last Saturday. It's 100. I mean, it was like 10 o'clock and so what's your guess on what's this worth?
$29.95.
Hi, Jennifer. Thanks.
When I looked them up, I'm gonna have to look them up on Keepa because since I've looked them up, they're sold out. And 25 is too low.
Damn. 75.
I don't know if you can see it, a little chart like there, but the last one sold for $69, between about $72.
Wow.
They're in when I looked them up, they were in the 38 range, but now
Was
now
that eBay or Amazon?
that was Amazon. Let's see what they are on eBay. This might be a good product to buy on eBay and sell on Amazon. No, they're still. They're still selling for 27 plus 50, 28 plus 15 shipping. These are really good items, folks.
Are you going to send that in, or are you going to just fulfill?
No, I'll just list it for sale and sell it from here. Because with it's real thin through here and it's kind of flimsy. I don't want them to break it, so
Okay.
it's that's one that most people will leave at a yard sale. So the 50s, even the 50s are worth $30 or $40. So and I've sold the 25s for in the 29, 28 range. I have a different one. So that's a minus R. Some of the other ones, there's a plus R, there's an RW. They all mean something different about the way the CD acts, whether you can record them once, twice. And certain ones are harder to find than others.
The RWs are read write. That means you can continuously read and write over them.
Correct.
And the plus or minus depends on what kind of recorder you have. Because some CDs write in the plus format, some write in the minus format.
So I picked this up at Walmart. This is a good one. I'll show you. Because people wonder, do you still do RA? Yeah, I just don't record it anymore. $3.88, or maybe this one was $4.03. But how much is this guy? If you ever see him at a yard sale, Finn McMissile, anything to do with cars, Finn is he is always expensive. I've never not picked him up for even used. So let's see what is Finn going for. His current buy box is $14.87. You can buy it for $3 to $4, right at $4. So he's gonna double up every. You're gonna make $5. You're gonna spend $4 and make $5. And my Walmart had 9 of these. So
Did you buy all 9?
There's a bear shit in the woods.
So my Walmart has none anymore. And it's a game I like to play. Go to Walmart and see if I can pay for my groceries with picking up profit. If I'm gonna buy something, I'm like, can I find enough profit here to pay for everything? Ooh, please don't blink. The power just blinked in here. If my power blinks, something's wrong with my router. Every time my power blinks, the router resets us up. I have to go in there and reinitialize it.
Well, maybe you need to get a power backup, a battery backup to go on your router and stuff. Or is that in the house? Well, it doesn't matter where it's at. Still,
It's in the house. Yeah, it's in the house.
You need to get a battery backup on it.
I'm trying to see, did I find anything else interesting this week?
Look at Jennifer putting Craig in his place. Yeah.
Did I find anything else?
You're blue now, Jennifer. Am I blue?
All right, you can shrink me again.
I always forget.
Roxy, you got your butt laying on my keyboard. Here, get up there.
But the one thing about those cars, you'll see a pattern, and employees just take them out of boxes and stick them up there right in a row. So you'll know it. Each box is the same. So you'll look at them and go, I'm looking for that car, so it's behind this one. It's always behind this one. So, and I've only been to, if you live in Huntsville, please don't get the rest of them. I've only been to 2 Walmarts. I'm gonna go buy a Finn and all the rest of the Walmarts. Sometimes
Finn, we have like 25 Walmarts within an hour of me.
we have 12.
I can get on 485 and loop around the city and hit every, there's just about every major Walmart is on 485 belt loop.
I was looking for something in the drawer and found this, so I got to list this today. Y'all know what these are? Other than a camera? What's special about this camera?
Is it a video?
Nope. It will do video. It's just a digital camera.
I don't know.
I give it away. Water. This one is one of those tough cameras that'll shoot anywhere. Can get wet, can get whatever. They make it in orange and green. There's a couple different models of this, but they look the same. The model will be right there on the bottom. These cameras are worth usually about $50 to $60. Because they're so tough and take great pictures no matter what you do to them.
Right.
They're worth $50 to $60.
Which one of the GoPros do you have, Scott?
The 9. Craig, they sell. I told you I'd give you $10 for that camera, but no, you wanted $200 on eBay. What kind of friend are you? If I had to buy one time, I wouldn't buy the GoPro.
There's a new one out that I've been looking at. It's not waterproof. You have to buy housing for it. But it comes in 2 pieces. It's a tall. I mean, the main camera is like tall and slender,
Right.
and you can stick it to anything that's got magnet. Because it's got a magnet on the back of it, and then you put it in a housing, and you can you have the display screen and all that kind of stuff to make it look like a GoPro. Is that your GoPro, Todd?
Ocho. That's all I need.
So there's your $65.
What's it water resistant up to?
I don't know.
Which, if it says waterproof,
It's I think it's pretty decent because the things that got locks on them to open them,
right,
and then you can see it's got the seal around it,
right.
the orange seal. So it is sealed up, and then it's sealed up between where the battery goes. So this thing is sealed pretty solid. I mean,
You have to see what the manufacturer says, because if it's 33 feet, that's what most people are snorkeling at. But water resistant and waterproof are not the same thing, for those that don't know. Water resistant is where if you splash a little water on it, it's okay.
so if I had to buy an action camera, like the GoPro kind, I would buy the Osmo, the DJI Osmo 3.
Those are supposed to be really good.
They're much cheaper. If you bought a GoPro 11, I think it's about $549.
Yeah.
The Osmo is about $329.
Yeah.
They use all the same mounts, so if you've got a GoPro, I've been really thinking about when I'm definitely gonna buy one next time which I don't make enough videos anymore to upgrade this, so I'll just keep using it. But it's got a lot of the nice features that. So He's in the phone. Yo, what's up?
He's scared, Geezer, that you got a lip reader in the audience.
Does
So
that
did you get
camera
anything
work through a
else?
beard?
Did you get anything else at the old
Uh,
lady shop?
just boots and shoes and cowboy hats, and that's about it.
How's Gwen today?
She's all right. She found out yesterday she gets her pacemaker on Wednesday. So that'll be fun and games. Maybe
They
we'll get
keep
her
her
straightened
overnight.
out though.
Do they keep her overnight?
I don't think so. I don't even think they don't even put them under. They just shoot them up with needles and stick that thing in there and pat you on the butt and send you on your way.
Well, I was being serious. You know, when I said, will they keep her overnight, I was being serious because, you know, things that they used to keep in the hospital for a week, now they, like when I had that procedure done, um, 24 hours after I was out of the hospital. And if they had done it first thing in the morning, I'd probably went home that night.
Yeah. She's already got an implanted heart monitor. I was just wondering where they're going to put this one. They're going to double stack them. They're going to put one on each side of her chest.
Make them like Twix, left side, right side.
There you go.
Cyber, you in the UK or that area?
Yeah, I believe.
I can't remember. You know, I'm old. I forget where everybody's at.
Bye, Cyber. Thanks for dropping by. We didn't talk much about silver or gold. They're not doing much lately anyway.
Yeah, so Harlan was telling me he went to 3 yard sales this morning by himself since I'm not doing Fridays. We bought the same thing.
Nothing.
Yeah. So the GoPro, the 9s and the 10s, I think the 11 does it automatically now, but you have to buy this lens to make it where so I can spin the camera around and it holds the horizon. It'll steady it.
Right.
But the Osmo has done that. The first 3 Osmos have done that horizon leveling in the camera. So a lot of stuff that you buy extra to make the GoPro do. The Osmo's got a better battery, doesn't overheat.
Have you seen? It's a 360 one, and
Yeah.
when you've got it out on its selfie stick,
It erases the stick.
it erases the selfie stick.
Yep.
Which if they get to where you can see the shadows, you see the shadow on the ground or whatever, but the selfie stick is gone. That is pretty
I can
cool.
imagine how hard that is to have to edit that whenever you have to check all around to get the best. You know what I mean? The editing's got to be a little more difficult.
These cameras are getting to be something else. And I was watching a video, and it was a group of manufacturers, and they were talking about a lot of this stuff is coming, or all of this stuff is coming out from the end user saying, "Can you do this? Why can't you do that?" You know, like the thing about racing the selfie sticks and stuff like that.
But for most people, your phone, if you can get a little mount for your phone and carry it around, you can do videos and stuff. And because your phone has got such good stabilization now, the newer ones.
Yeah.
So I was watching this guy on TikTok. He does YouTube. His name is Arson. He's all he does is review tech, and I like him because he buys his own, so he has no opinion from the manufacturer because he buys all the stuff he reviews. And he was like, I went to a concert, and he took he had a small camera that was allowed to go in, plus his phone. He's like, you got to look at I guess because he's a journalist, they let him in with a camera.
Right.
And he's like, this is a $2,500 camera with a zoom lens on it, and this is my S23 Ultra, and the video, because of the zoom lens capabilities of that Samsung, was better than what the damn that a camera would take.
Right.
A lot of instances, you're better off leaving the camera at home because so the iPhone is not that good on that kind. Next year, the next one will be because it'll have the first zoom lens on the iPhone. But that's one of the reasons why I still have the S21. If I go places like that, that S21 has a very good zoom lens, where this one is zoom zap.
Yeah.
The GoPros don't, unless they fixed it, they don't have a very good night use to them, do they?
No,
Low light level.
That's one of the things they're supposedly trying to get better at. They're making the sensor big so it takes in more light. But
My problem is after I get through shooting a video, cleaning the smoke off of it kind of clouds
What?
the lens.
The smoke.
see, that's that 8 there. The reason why I got rid of the 8, cleaning the smoke. Yeah, you're funny. The reason I got rid of the 8 is here's the difference between the 8 and the 9, and the 7 didn't do that. If I break the lens, I just put another one on there. That one is the only one they made that you can't take it off. So if you break that lens, you have to send the camera back or get another one.
Yeah, there was one of the action cams I was looking at. You really need to get one of the protectors to go over the lens, because if you scratch the lens, you can't just like unscrew it and put another one on. You have to send it back to the manufacturer so they can polish it out.
Yeah, that and some of those, like the 360 cam, is that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're pretty tough though, aren't they?
yeah, that it is pretty tough. Yeah.
Probably as good as I'm ever gonna need anyway.
There was a guy he ordered some of the knockoffs, and he was talking about, this one camera that he'd seen other people say it doesn't have a low, what do you call it when you're moving, stabilization. He says the stabilization's not very well on it. He said he says, I'm 90 years old. I'm not going to be sliding down a guardrail with on my skateboard, or I'm not going to be BMXing across the mountainside. He says I'm just walking down the street with it, and he says it does a pretty good job for that.
Yeah, but that's the people don't. That's the one beautiful thing of horizon leveling. As you're walking, it takes all that bounce out. So
Right.
I can't watch videos like that. So I'll watch a guy young kid, pretty interesting. He drives a truck across the country. He's like 20, I think he's 24, and he's got a huge channel, like 700,000 people, and because he talks about what he wants to do afterwards and all.
Right.
But he's always got it on his hat, and after if he's not just doing straight stuff, I have to stop the video, or it gives me a headache pretty quick.
Because if he's looking to see his rearview mirrors, that's what you're looking at too, huh?
Or if he's backing up the truck, he's looking from mirror to mirror because you can't see it, and that motion. Oh my god!
So he must be doing the video and just uploading it. He must not be doing a bunch of editing out of it.
No, I mean he cooks in the truck and does all kinds of interesting stuff, but when it's just straight backing up, oh my!
I wonder if he's the same guy. I was looking at a video this past weekend. He's like 20 years old.
He drives
he's like 20 years old, and he had a piece of a truck when he was 18, old enough to get his CDL license. He bought a piece of a truck to.
No, that's not the same one.
That wasn't him. Now this boy's got like a $300,000 rig.
No,
and he's like 20 years old.
He drives for a company. He wanted to do van life and start a YouTube channel doing van life, but he quickly realized how expensive the vans were, and he was watching. He said he called a video, and he's like, that's almost like van life, riding around the country in a semi truck. So he's like, he got his CDL, and he's planning on driving till he's 30, and so he's saving. I mean, he's just saving ungodly amounts of his money because you know he doesn't have a girlfriend, and so he just stays out on the road and banks the money.
Right.
And now plus the YouTube channel at 700,000 subscribers, whatever it is.
There was a guy I bowled with. He had his own truck, and this would have been in the 80s. And he stayed on the road all the time. But during the summer, when the kids were out of school, because he had a sleeper one that had a big sleeper unit on it. I mean, it had like a queen size bed down on the main area, and then upstairs it folded down, and you could put 2 or 3 small children up there.
So
they literally, when the kids were out, they hit the road, and which their house was right beside his parents' house, because it was on the same farm, and so his parents looked after the house. But the whole time school was out, he was on the road, and the kids were with him, and his wife had her CDL license too, so she could help him drive. But he'd talk about they went to Dollywood, or they went to Six Flags, and they'd have to park in the bus parking because they were driving that big old. They dropped the trailer somewhere, and then they would do it. And he said they saw a lot of the country as a family, and they saw, and they sort of did it on the cheap because he was getting paid to move them from one spot to the next. And then when they got up to be almost teenagers, the kid, they had to stop it because there's not enough room, and the kids just didn't want to stay on the road all the time. One thing he always wanted to do was he wanted to become licensed in Australia, because he wanted to go out to Australia and drive one of those big old trains, truck trains, or whatever they call them. Did you buy some chocolate while you were at the Hershey Park lag?
So have you seen the crazy trucks, Tom, in Australia, where they'll be like 4, 5, and 6 trailers long?
Oh yeah,
the Outback. Those are some of the wildest things. They're like land trains.
Yeah. When we were out there, we got passed by a truck, and he had 4 trailers behind it, and he was booking it. He must have been making 100 miles an hour, because he passed us, and our driver said, we got a train coming up beside us, and you could barely see him coming through, off in the distance, and then he passed us and was out of sight. But that was on a new paved road. I can't imagine those big old trains on the gravel roads, which is what a lot of Australia was at the time, was gravel roads. Because the road we were on, which was between Alice Springs and Ayers Rock, was had not been paved that long.
Well, Gwen's wanting me to take her to breakfast, so
Where you taking her, to the Barrel?
The Barrel?
The Cracker Barrel. That's the Barrel.
Oh.
That's what I refer to it as. Roberta knows when I say let's go to the Barrel, or let's stop at the Barrel. She knows what I'm talking about.
Todd, I want you to have a good weekend, so you go in there and tell her it's her job to cook breakfast for you.
Shoot, I get a frying pan upside my head.
Yeah. Did you see that? He showed the other day. She came on the camera where she had that black eye from where she passed out. Todd would look like he'd been in a 5-car pileup. Yeah, she's pitiful. You need to take care of her now.
All right. Yes.
Give her an eye patch so people don't think you beat the hell out of her.
That's right. Oh, they're in Texas. That's normal for Texas.
Yeah.
But anyway, everybody have a great weekend.
Glenn, I don't have any idea what bike it is. I bought it because it said Road Warrior on it. whenever I was traveling so much.
I like the Golden Corral too, Texas Bandit.
It's a 1929
Yeah. I
something.
don't.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
want. I don't want Captain Crunch this morning. Lag. Thanks though.
He wants
I-
some bacon and eggs and some hash browns and maybe a waffle. I mean a pancake or two, some sausage links.
It says vintage 1929, so you might want to ask Tom. That was the year he was born.
Yeah. You're just such a little smart ass. All right, later, guys. Have a great weekend.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks
Todd.
everybody. We'll see y'all Monday morning.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh,
Bye,
wait.
Scott.
End broadcast. There it is.